So it's November 22nd, 2025, Riverside, California, Canyon Crest neighborhood. I've converted my backyard over the last 4 years to natives, and this is a little tour of the state of my garden, late November 2025. One of my favorite manzanitas, Arctostaphylos edmundsii. It's doing really well. At the entrance to the path, I have Eriogonum nudum, and I have California copperleaf that hedges up pretty well. Along the edge of the path, I have Weber manzanita that is really thriving. I have to keep it trimmed off the path. Along the wall, I have a Catalina cherry, and then a Floribundia, and then a Ray Hartman Ceanothus. So three big plants are going to be growing. This is a blue jeans Ceanothus. I haven't seen it bloom yet, but it's supposed to be nice and blue. And I have a from seed planted bladder pod. It blooms 9 months of the year. My coast live oak, I know it's going to get too big, but I hope it doesn't get too big until after I'm gone. I have about 3 of these manzanitas. They're Austin Griffith manzanitas, and they seem to do really well here in Riverside. I'm happy to have planted the state shrub, Big Berry manzanita, planted it this fall. La Panza manzanita, I bought this from Las Palitas nursery. I have 5 of them. I envisioned a large manzanita hedge here. Rus ovata or ovata sugar bush. It's blooming right now. And right above the sugar bush, I have rainbow manzanita doing very nice. I have 2 rainbow manzanitas planted next to each other, about 6 feet apart. They're going to be getting big, I think. I have quite a bit of Artemisia californica around the place. I think this one was originally a volunteer, and it's just been doing great. Kind of an overview of this area of my garden. Got a lot of sage up on top. That's Pozo blue sage. I got those 3 plants on top are toyon. And I have 2 fairly significant sugar bushes up there, plus a Ceanothus crassifolius, a bunch of buckwheat, and over there I have a Catalina cherry. I really like this manzanita. It's a Arctostaphylos hookeri, John Dorley. I got a London in the fuchsia and another orphan on the wall. Fuchsia did pretty good this year. This is a Ceanothus verrucocus, a white-flowered Ceanothus that has done quite well here. It's going into its 4th year. And then we pan over here a little bit. Against the gray sandy soil, I got a lot of bees bliss that I'm trying to establish. Then up higher I got another toyon and a bunch of Pozo blue sage. And up there I have 3 Arctostaphylos glauca ramona from Las Palitas. They have been slow growing, but 2 of them are just doing great. There's that Pozo blue sage again. Big bank of it. This is my volunteer black sage area. I had to rip out some black sage that failed, but then I got all these volunteers, and I'm hoping for the best. Up on top there, I have 4 white sage I planted 1 year ago, or last spring I guess. I'm hoping for flowers this year. I believe this is a hybrid, a natural hybrid between Encilia californica and Encilia farinosa. I get the farinosa volunteering here, and I planted some Encilia californica, and I think that this is the result. It's a really good plant. It's hardier than in this inland area than Encilia californica, but it has prettier flowers and foliage than Encilia farinosa. I planted a lot of Ceanothus frosty blue. Here's 2 that have done really well. Most of my frosty blues survived. I also planted an equal number of Ceanothus Julia Phelps, maybe 5 of them. They all died. I replaced 2 of the dead Julia Phelps Ceanothus with Ceanothus LT Blue. We'll see if they bloom blue this year. Up on top there is, I have 2 Austin Griffith Manzanita. This is the big one. The other one is kind of behind the LT Blue, but it's done great. And next to it I got 2 more Ceanothus Veracoccus, and behind that is a Ray Hartman Ceanothus that I'm going to trim into a tree. And up there is my weather station. I have quite a bit of volunteer showy penstemon. I'm hoping to have a really good purple show pretty soon. These 2 large shrubs are Rus lenti. They're in their 4th year, and I'm still waiting for a nice inflorescence of their pink flowers. It's also called pink sumac. One of my healthiest manzanitas is the Howard McMinn manzanita. That's on the corner of my path and pavers. It's a nice one, and it's sitting right next door to a very nice Santa Cruz Island buckwheat. Concha Ceanothus is supposed to be easy to grow and bloom. Very nice purple, dark blue flowers, so we will see January, February, because these 2 have really grown. I have a Calendra californica. It finally started blooming late fall. I don't know if you can see some of the blooms. This is kind of my desert area. I got a mallow underneath there, and then I have a desert willow right here that's doing great. Try to get a close-up of the Calendra fairy duster, Baja fairy duster flowers. Here I have a Catalina cherry, Ceanothus siempre blue, and an elderberry. This large expansive green around a lot of my plants is Eriogonum fasciculatum Theodore Payne. It's a ground cover. I'm still waiting for the blooms, Theodore Paynes. One of my favorite plants is Mirabilis levis, or wishbone bush. I got it at Tree of Life Nursery, and I got about 6 or 7 of them. They come and go, and when they come, they bloom greatly. Picture of my Toyon. You can see the red berries. It's doing great. Here's a picture of my Nevins barberry. They have bright yellow flowers in the spring, turn into red berries for late spring, summer. Beautiful. Had 1 manzanita here die, so I decided that just put in another one and hope for the best. I think this is Arctostaphylos densiflora. You can see the cats like hanging out in the garden too. Up on top there is a holly leaf cherry. It's doubled in size in the last year. And over there we have 2 Ceanothus. You can only see one of them there. That's a crassifolius, and next door to it is a buckbrush. And next to the holly leaf cherry, I have 2 Ceanothus. One's a Ray Hartman, and one is another dark blue flowering. There's the holly leaf cherry, 1 Ceanothus, and then the Ray Hartman.